Assalamu alaikum, brothers and sisters. Welcome to the first week of Chillin with my Ak. Nah, man, here, innit? Yeah.
I'm gonna be quiet, man.
Yeah, but this guy's talking,
No,
blood.
we'll carry on the show.
Yeah.
He's hating because you took his face, innit?
Don't know. Yeah, so obviously, yeah, the first thing that we're going to talk about is the event that you had last Saturday, innit? Yeah, down south for the Rise of the Dawah Man event and that. Just for those that weren't there, tell them how it was, what happened, was the food nice, the turnout, etc., etc.
MashaAllah. Jazakallah khair. Alhamdulillah wa salatu wa salamu ala rasulillah amma ba'd. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Obviously, everything that we're going to discuss this week, you've been there with me throughout it, akhi, yeah? And it's been an epic week. It was just that thing that you missed. But alhamdulillah, akhi, it was nice, bro. And you know what it is, akhi, whenever we do our events, we never have the backing of anyone. You know, like most times when people do events, they have promoters, they have people that sort things out for them, whatever, sponsors. Akhi, we've never, ever had that. And a lot of people never supported our work for several reasons. One, because they looked at us, they were like, these are just some young guys, they're coming up, we don't really take them seriously. Number two, if you do take me seriously, you don't like me, you don't have love for me, akhi, because we have to expose the falsehood for what it is. Do you see what I'm saying? So a lot of people won't really mess with us because they don't like when we speak the truth, innit? So the reason I'm telling you this is because it was actually quite a struggle, man, to do the event, you know, because we have to do the marketing ourselves, the promotion, the administration, the logistics. And every time, alhamdulillah, like when we did the Where's My Bay tour and everything, it was just 3 people. It was me, it was my brother Saad, and Guled. That was it, yeah? And then when I went to Canada, our brother Yunus and Muhammad Hashi over there. But this time, akhi, things were really nice because we had a full-on squad of volunteers, mashallah. We thought that we had to recruit the sisters, man, because the sisters are the ones who put in work when it comes to these things. Alhamdulillah, akhi, we actually had a really, really, really amazing turnout. So much so that we went to a proper organized, proper charity event yesterday, right? Yes. You were there. Yeah. And we're going to talk about that later. It was dead. Like, it was packed, but it was nowhere near how many people we had at our event. Do you see what I'm saying, akhi? So that was really good, and it was really inspiring to see so many young brothers and sisters that come through in Ramadan, sweating in the heat, taking notes, bro. Iftar is going to be at 9:30. They listened to me bang on for 5 hours, akhi. That was nice. But the beauty of the event, really, which I want to take home, inshallah, was that this event, we decided that we want to build long-term relationships with those that attend. We marketed it like a da'wah training course, but it wasn't me teaching you how to give da'wah. Rather, it was me giving da'wah to you. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. So people came thinking they were going to learn how to deal with atheists and Christians. They didn't. They learned how to deal with their own heart. You see what I'm saying? And then to use that to now, over a period of time, bring in other people's hearts with Allah's permission. So our thing was we wanted to build a team, build a squad, build a superhero, Super Saiyan team of Avengers. Like, you get me? X-Men, Sunnah men. Over a period of time, alhamdulillah, we're on that journey. So now we want to basically go from strength to strength, inshallah. And that's what it is,
Alhamdulillah. So regarding the feedback, what was people saying, man? Brothers and sisters, a lot of sisters putting in work. So what was the feedback in general? Like, what was it saying?
So I think one thing that was really inspiring was, you know, one of the head volunteers, she mentioned to me that at the end of the event, there was a sister who came up to her, and she said at the end of the event, she said, I took my first step towards Islam today. So, and she said that, you know, she already looked like she was kind of maybe practicing, but she learnt the foundations of the religion. And that kind of echoed what everyone else was saying. Like, people were saying, bro, I've been praying to Allah for like 5-6 years, and today I really found out I don't know how to pray. I learned how to pray today. You see what I'm saying? So we basically dealt with the foundations of the religion. And you find that when you show people like if I ask someone, akhi, on the street, like, akhi, what's Islam? He won't be able to tell me. He'll just define it for me. It means submission. What does that mean? What are the components? When do you submit? What are the pillars? What are the conditions? And until you know them things, you don't really know Islam. You see what I'm saying? But we went to the basics, akhi. You see what I'm saying? We went through 7 characteristics that every Muslim has to have, and these characteristics lead us to success and victory, inshallah.
Yeah, that's kind of true, that foundation and nothing. So, on your Instagram, I saw that you posted that you might do the event in East London, or you might do an Nasiha session. So for those wondering, like, what's the new event coming out? What's it going to be? Because I saw a lot of people wanting Nasiha session, but you was a bit unsure in it. So let people know.
Yeah, akhi, the motive behind the event was that, you know, we get a whole bunch of emails, bro. We're physically just not able to deal with them because there's not many of us. There's only one of me, one of Brother Kuled. And then on top of that, psychologically, emotionally, it's very difficult, you know. So what we thought that what we'll do is we'll do a live Q&A night. So it's going to be like a night where it's Nasiha sessions live, and everyone will either ask questions on the floor or they would have written questions to us at the beginning of the day, and I'll address them questions live. So these are questions that I probably would never get to answer just because of time and whatever. But if you ask me straight, I'll just bang them out answer, and it will be recorded and we'll throw it online. You see what I'm saying? But we're going to do it with a bit of an interesting twist, is that every city I go to, there's going to be a different theme. So for example, say inshallah we're looking to do it in East London, right? At the end of August. So maybe like the first theme will be Nasiha Sessions Live relationships. So it'll just be all relationship questions. 2 hours solid Q&A relationships. And I'll go through it. Maybe the next one will be, I don't know, zina. Or, different problems, like every time there's a different theme. You see what I'm saying, akhi? And every city we deal with a theme. And then what we'll do is like, because alhamdulillah we get invited to different cities across the world. We're sticking, we'll start off in London, maybe move to Birmingham, do one in Amsterdam, but not for them reasons. We don't go there for them reasons, yeah. Norway, Pakistan, move around. And every 3 months we do a different city. We do Nasiha sessions live, different city in it. And we thought that we'll do the banger in London in it first. But I want to say something, but I feel sorry for London because every time I do an event in London first, it always kind of flops in it. Like I remember I did Where's My Bay there, and that event, that workshop turned out to be banging at the end. But the first one I did it's always a flop because it's like it's a trial, innit? And I totally switched up the material and everything. So I really hope that Nasiha sessions don't go like that, innit? I hope I give London the best, innit? Because that's my home, you get me? I don't know about East London, though. I'm saying like West London. But still, because you made it into London, you kind of, But don't get gas. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, the second issue is regarding all this music, halal music. You've been dealing with it for like a lot for the past 2 weeks now. A lot of people saying, is music halal? What if you use this? What if you use that? What if this singer? What if this nasheed is? So regarding that, man, just give people a full overview of like, music's haram. Like people may have not seen your video. They might still have questions about it. There's a lot of upcoming artists now that are trying to halal music in it, that they think they can listen to during Ramadan. So there's a rapper's beat in the back and they're just trying to rap to it and that. So regarding all of that, just tell people, man, that like music haram no matter how much you try and halalify it.
Yeah, to be honest, we've got enough videos, man, showing how music is haram. They can check the link to the video right here, bro. I did a detailed one, going through the Quran, the Sunnah, and the Ijma'. Showing the people how it's haram. People always say, where is it in the Quran? I'll show you where it is in 5 places. Where did the Prophet say it? 14 hadith, I mentioned 3 of them. And you can go through this video right here. It'll be a bit more informative. To be honest, man, like, it upsets me, bro. Like, I was in the music industry myself, yeah. Like, I used to make money off it, bro. I made a lot of money off it. Okay, I used to listen to music every day. I had a playlist for when I was depressed. I had a playlist for when I was angry. There was a playlist for when we go for beef. There was a playlist for everything. My life was music, bro. I was addicted. I'm saying if I can leave music behind, I don't believe anyone has an excuse, fam. Bro, if there was anyone who tried to make music halal, it was me, bro. I remember I spoke to Napoleon. You know Napoleon from Tupac's crew? Yeah, Napoleon. He accepted Islam. And he was touring around. In fact, I met him in Hounslow here. And I spoke to him. I said, tell me, big man thing, like, is it really haram? He broke it down to me. I looked at him, I was like, I don't know, man. Difference of opinion, kind of figured it. I banned him for a bit. Eventually, like, it got to that point where when I left music behind, I didn't even leave it behind due to the evidences. I left music behind because my heart didn't take it anymore. Because when I said to myself, I'm going to start praying now. I'm going to start fixing up. My heart repelled the music. I didn't want to be around it. If I heard it, it's like, now, when you don't swear for so long, you don't hear swear words. If someone swears in your presence, you're like, get away from me. Yeah. And it's very hard to lower your gaze, right? It's very hard to lower your gaze. But, because, you're always seeing things moving around. But when you lower your gaze for a bit, and when you lower it for a long period of time, suddenly you see a chick, you're like, you don't think, like, you think, get out my face, man. Like, it's your heart doesn't want it anymore. So I noticed, I was like, hold up, I never made the active decision to quit listening to music. I never did that. I just stopped listening. I just didn't want to listen to it anymore. And what enabled me to stop listening to the music was because my heart was in the right place. Like, my heart repelled it, you see what I'm saying? The reason I'm telling you this is because there's 2 types of people, bro. There's either the people whose heart is at a level where it's ready to repel the music, or there are people whose hearts are still diseased. And even if you were to give them the evidences, they still wouldn't accept it. For me, there's no difference between the one person who says, I know it's haram, but I'm going to do it anyway. Or a person that says to me, it's permissible for me to do it. And they don't bring the evidences for it. Because in the religion, there's no basis for it. Like, there's one brother, actually, I'm speaking to, and this made me laugh. Like, he was telling me, and he's a rapper, he's into this music industry and that. And he was like, bro, listen, the reason why music is haram is because it brings you away from the religion. I said, bro, who said music's haram for that reason? No one said that. Music's haram because the Prophet said it. He never mentioned it brings you away from a religion. He just said, don't do it. Don't do it. He said, don't do no zina, don't do no music, don't do no khamar, in one hadith, right? So for me, that you don't even know why the music was made haram. And this is the person who claims to have looked and researched into the matter, yeah? I'm saying that's a proof to me that you never even made an effort to look into it. For you, that's just, what they, like every time you bring the conversation up with them, they're like, Akhi, there's a difference between, we don't want to talk about it. But there's a reason, why don't you want to talk about it? If there's a difference of opinion, let's talk about it then. If you claim there's a difference of opinion, let's talk about it. I'm telling you, there's certain things I believe there's a difference of opinion. For example, if a person leaves the prayer, I believe you can leave the fold of Islam. Rather you do. But there's a valid difference of opinion that no, you don't leave the fold of Islam. I believe it's not a strong opinion. But we can discuss it, or not me, like the scholars can discuss it. There's no problem. There's a valid basis. But the thing is, because there's no real difference of opinion. Do you see what I'm saying? You know it. And really at the end of the day, bro, people, what they're trying to do is they're trying to make money off the religion, bro. A lot of these artists, actually, these nasheed artists and whatever, they're failed artists in the real music industry. Like, you see, this is why I respect Brother Umar Isa. Because Brother Umar Isa, he wasn't a failed artist in the music industry. He was actually making it big, bro. He was getting played on Choice and BBC One Extra, and, Tim Westwood knew of him, and he was moving up, bro. He left it for the sake of Allah. He said, I'm not going back. He said, I leave all that behind. Now, I'm going to no music, no instruments. I'm just going to do nasheeds. That's why I respect the brother, bro. Because whether you like his nasheeds or not, respect his spirituality, You see what I'm saying? He was not a failed artist. A lot of these guys that you see today that use music beats and whatnot, the reason I have a beef with them is because they're failed artists, bro. A lot of them never were even practicing. When you chill with them, they don't pray properly. They delay their prayers. They're talking about Allah. They're talking about Allah. They're talking about Allah with a guitar, bro. Like, you're singing about Allah with a guitar, fam. Yeah, firstly, that's a problem in and of itself, yeah. But big man thing, you're out there listening to the brother, thinking this brother's like, he's a righteous man. I'm thinking these brothers don't even pray properly. His brothers, what do you want me to say, innit? You see what I'm saying? The reason why they don't pray properly is because they're not religious. They're not practicing. They just saw the religion as a way to make money. They were like, we're not going to make it in the big industry. Usher, Justin Bieber, Chris Brown, these men are doing it too big. Yeah, they're too much. But right now in the Muslim music industry, there ain't no competition. Yeah, let me just walk in there. Hold up. Charities. You're going to support me, yeah? I'll make money for you. Because that's what they do. Charities, I'll make money for you. You host me at your event. People will come. You give me a cut. They'll pay tickets. Send it to the orphans, because that's where the money goes. Yeah. Some of it goes, but most of it goes in their pockets, and then they make business. These nasheed artists, it's a business for them. These charities, it's a business for them. These TV channels, it's a business for them. A lot of these events, they're like club promoters, it's a business for them, bro. Now, the reason I'm coming at it from this angle is I'm trying to let you know why why I have a beef with this music thing so much, bro. And that's why I'm not going to let it go. And every single music artist in the Islamic industry, I'm coming for you, bro. For the sake of Allah, I'm coming for you. I promise you. If you thought what happened with other people in the past that were messing with the religion, other youngsters that we dealt with was bad, wait, because this is lillah, bro. We don't do this for the sake of I ain't got nothing to lose, bro. You can unsubscribe and shut my channel down. It's okay, fam. It's okay. I ain't got nothing to lose. So what are you gonna do to me? But you got a lot to lose. But we'll talk behind the scenes. See, the reason I'm not mentioning names right now and I'm not outing people is because the reason we're not mentioning names right now, we're not outing people, is because I haven't spoken to every man I want to out behind the scenes first. Now, I'll give you your haq first. I'll speak to you behind the scenes. As long as your manager don't shut me down.
Channel's already been shut down once before, innit? Yeah.
Twice.
Twice. Yeah. Just quickly on the music industry before we get into the next point. I understand you got an interview coming out of Umar Isa in it. Yeah. So I heard it's quite emotional. And just explain what's going to go through that just very briefly before we go on to the next point in it.
Actually, what I'm going to say is, bro, like, I cried a couple of times in that interview, bro. Like, the brother reduced me to tears. One with some of his work. Touched me, bro. And some of the things he was telling me about the industry, you know, the nasheed music industry. It was quite hurtful, bro. And his passion and everything. And his journey, like, it brought me to tears. You see what I'm saying? So that's what I'll say for now. But I really advise people to look out for that interview. It's going to be out in a couple of weeks, inshallah. In the meantime, check Brother Umar Isa out. His YouTube channel. His information is going to be below, inshallah. That's my boy. You get me?
Yeah, look out for that one. Now, before you mentioned about charities and that, we went to a charity event yesterday. Couple of nice brothers there. But it's kind of not what I expected. In my first time going to a charity event, and there was free mixing and that. There was music playing. Like, what's going on? What's going on, bro?
You know what? That's sad, bro. It's because that was your first ever charity event. You've been practicing for a few months now, mashallah, right? So that was your first. Like, I've been to my fair share of charity events. But that was your first time in an Islamic environment, raising money for the people of the ummah that are suffering. And I'm sorry you had to experience that act. But actually, look, here's what it was for me. Like, you were there, so let me just walk the brothers and sisters, through the day. So I came to this charity event, you know, I'm like, mashallah, it's, you know, raising money for you know, orphans, you know, orphan girls, you know, like, okay, mashallah, okay, we're gonna do this thing. Okay, the people out there, they're like, yo, you know, the brothers and sisters, they've been suffering in Palestine, you know, we've got to do something for them. And you know, you start feeling it. You know, you're like, yeah, that's my sisters, man. But we need to do something for them, bro. And then they're like, watch this video of the work that we've done in the last year. Actually, a music video plays. Actually, wallahi, it hurt me, you know, fam. You know why it hurt me? Because actually, in Surah Al-Rum, and I've mentioned in many other places, our sins are a direct result of the suffering of the ummah. In Surah Al-Rum, Allah said, corruption is spread in the land and the sea because of what evil your hands have brought forth. So when you look at Palestine, when you look at Gaza, when Gaza, you look at Kashmir, you look at Burma, don't look at your own self, bro. What sins have you come with? The reason why that hurt me is because these charity people, they're out there raising money for our brothers and sisters who are dying. But the reason they're dying is because of them. Music is a major sin, bro. The Prophet gave it the same hukm as he gave zina and alcohol in the hadith of Bukhari. The same hukm as zina and alcohol, bro. Music is a major sin. So what was really hurting me, bro, was I'm saying, you lot are banging out these major sins, and at the same time, you're trying to raise money for people that are suffering. And why are they suffering? Because of your sins. And that wasn't it. Then I took a step back and I was like, hold up. Bro, there's free mixing, like.
Brothers and sisters sitting next to each other, all casually.
Yeah, Aki. And I'm thinking to myself, like, bro, what's good? Aki, like, some of the main event promoters and that, like, they got a full abaya on and that, but half sleeve and that. So I'm just thinking to myself, like, okay, look, if you have your own struggles, that's okay. You know, and we respect that, bro. But, like, you have to understand, like, this is contributing to the problem, bro. And that you know, and then, you know, you're coming up, they're dropping these hadith and these ayat, and I'm thinking to myself, bro, like, you're either deranged and deluded, or you're just a businessman with no heart. People come dressed as sheep, pious, righteous little sheep. Okay, but their hearts, they got the hearts of wolves. You know what I'm saying? So you're there like, please, donate. Sisters and brothers, please, donate. And there's music in the background. And the reason why you're playing that music and you got free mixing is because you know people are going to come to your event. Why would you have music? Yeah, Aki, you know, Aki, people are going to come to your event, bro. They're going to come to your event, bro. Why else they going to come? It's free mixing. They're going to come to your event, Ak. And they come to your event, they're going to give you what? Money. That money, innit? Because they don't have the trust in Allah, Ak, to do things according to the sunnah, and people come anyway. Ak, alhamdulillah, do we do things to the sunnah? We do, right?
Yeah.
Do our events get packed out?
Yeah.
Akhi, you ain't been to the Where's My Bay events. Akhi, you can ask the brothers, Akhi. I've never in my life, Akhi, been to events seen pack out with so many non-practicing brothers and sisters to the rim. Even this Rise of the Dawah event, Akhi, wallahi, would have been packed out. I believe it would have packed out totally if it wasn't the fact that it was in Ramadan. Like, there was a few empty seats around. But it would have been brim, cut to the brim, Akhi. If it wasn't because of the timing, late, you know, it's out at ends, there's not really much transport. Akhi, people come to events. Alhamdulillah, bro, youngsters. But Akhi, what? It's from Allah, it's not from us. But these people go against Allah, Akhi. And you know what the fruits of it is? That you saw no one was donating yesterday anyway.
But one thing that I will say is, like, I'm not going to paint everyone there with the same brush in it. There were some people there that just didn't really agree with it. Didn't really know what they were getting themselves into in it. So that's one thing that I want to say. I want to say that all them people were there. I'm not painting them all the same brush. There were some brothers out there like, yo, like I already know in it. They done their thing.
I can big man thing like I didn't want to mention this before because you mentioned it. We might as well mention it. The own guests that they invited to the charity walked out of the charity.
Yeah, that's
You're like, bro, this is what you not brought me into, bro. This is I'm free from this.
Like they didn't really know what they're getting to this sort of charity event and that. Yes, subhanallah, man. I've got to be careful with the charity events that.
Just quickly, I want to mention, so people, you might be thinking, where do I donate my money to? Ummah Welfare Trust. Ummah Welfare Trust. You see the link right here? Ummah Welfare Trust. Donate all your money to them. They don't even take a single penny from your donations. Not even administration fees. They've got an extra way where they pay their workers. It don't come from none of your donations. Ummah Welfare Trust. All day, every day. Them brothers. Sunnah act. They're the only charity out there that actually has a policy against themselves. They say, if we're bookie, we take ourselves to court kind of thing. Okay, them brothers, mashallah. I don't know if the sisters there and sisters as well, but the brothers, mashallah.
Mashallah. Regarding the last point now, this is probably the main point, the highlight of the week now. Unfortunately, Brother Ahmed passed away yesterday. It was yesterday? Yeah, yesterday we went to a janazah. It was a very different experience for me. It's not something that I'm used to experiencing death and seeing a janazah. But you knew the brother, so like give an insight to what he was like, because people out there don't know. SubhanAllah, the janazah there was like 300 people there roughly, right? So SubhanAllah, there's a lot of people, but for me it was a very moving experience, solidified myself in certain things which I'll get to inshallah. But yeah, I just want you to give an overview of Brother Ahmed to the people that weren't there, weren't able to make it.
Brother Ahmed, I met him 3 years ago in a masjid that I don't go and pray at. And I went there because I wanted to try and tell the brothers that brothers do da'wah. Like, you guys are just sitting around wasting your time. You're not doing anything. You're just, for you, like, you're not doing anything. You're not studying. You're not doing no da'wah, no nothing. You're just wasting your life. Do something. And no one really wanted to listen to us. But then, qadar Allahu ma sha fa'al, before we prayed Salatul Maghrib or Isha, one of the two, I met a brother. He comes up to me. He says, Akhi, he couldn't speak English properly, you know. He's Egyptian. He said, Akhi, I'm looking for a place to do da'wah. Like, I want to call people to Allah. I was like, bro, the reason I came to this masjid was to recruit people for da'wah. He was like, subhanallah. I said, yeah, subhanallah, bro. We started talking. I said, don't worry, we are the da'wah team here. We'll hook you up. Akhi, the brother used to come to the da'wah table every weekend. Akhi, this brother, bro, he couldn't even speak English properly. But you would see him first there. Honestly, wallah, I remember he used to wear this like little, he used to have like this little sombrero kind of hat. He used to wear it on his back, yeah. Rahimullah. I remember I just remember we'd be packing up, leaving. He's talking to that person. So for an extra hour, we have to wait for him, akhi. Because he's just giving da'wah to that person. And the language for him never became a barrier. Like, people still understood it. That's ikhlas. Because I've spoken to people like that, you know, before, when I had no understanding of the Arabic language. They'd be talking to me like 80% Arabic, 20% English, but I'd understand, because I feel like it's like, you know, when a message comes from the heart to the heart understands. So he was talking from the heart, he just calling people to Islam, you know. He'd be praying Fajr in the masjid. The brother said he'd be cleaning the masjid. He'd be the last to leave the masjid after Fajr time, sitting there, you know, cleaning up and them things there. He was a righteous man, bro. And he was really concerned for the ummah. And bro, he used to always ask Allah for shahada, you know. He wanted to be a shaheed. He used to always make dua, because it's a great honor, you know. He used to always ask for it. And Allah just loved him, bro. And he got cancer. We tried everything to help him, bro. No treatments available. We found a treatment in America. The treatment is too expensive. We raised the money. They didn't give him the visa. They gave him the visa on the day they were supposed to book his ticket. He entered hospital. 2 days later, they said he's going to have a heart attack tonight because his potassium levels are too high, akhi. The next day, his potassium levels went down. It looked like he was going to get better. Fly. That very night, he died, akhi. If Allah wants you to go, you're going to go. No matter how much money you raise, how many doctors you find, whatever, bro. Allah wants you to go, you're going to go, bro. Akhi, you know when they found him in the on the bed, his finger was like that. The shahada finger like that, bro, on his bed. And our teacher, Ustad, he went to see the brother. A few days before he died, I didn't get to see him act. And he said to him, he said, Ya Ahmed, the meeting with Allah is haqq. And the brother looked at him and he said, you're right. He said, but the human being is weak, Like, even how righteous he was, akhi, he was still concerned and always thinking, have I done enough? Have I done enough, Like, wallahi, he was a good brother, man. And it was just sad because, I'm not sad for him, man, because, we have husn dhan of Allah. We think good of Allah. And he was a good man, and he did what would, you'd think a man would earn Allah's pleasure by. When I saw his face, bro, yesterday in his coffin, he looked like a shaheed, bro. Allah knows, but he looked like a shaheed, bro. So I'm happy for him, but what was for me was like, what lesson are we going to take from this? And you know what lesson I took from it, bro? It's me just being real here. We were all crying in the graveyard, yeah? Not wailing over him, over death, the reminder. In the car, we were crying, bro. On the journey back home, we were quiet, bro. We were thinking about death all day. When the evening came back around, we were laughing and joking again. So I thought to myself at night, I was like, wow. Wow, akhi, man. We are lost. Yeah. What did you learn from the day?
Yeah, like I said, it was a new experience, but one thing that I took is that, when death comes to you, it's going to come to you, you tried all possible avenues to try and help the brother not die, but sort of prolong it a bit, innit? But when Allah wants you to go, like, you close all the doors off, you try to get the visa closed. But one thing that replayed in my head was that when I saw his face and in the coffin, one thing that replayed to me was that I kept picturing the image in my head, and instead of him being there, I pictured myself there. I pictured that it's going to be me, and one day, you're going to have to bury me, or my mom's going to have to bury me, or, my sister's going to be, or whoever it is, brothers are going to come, they'll have to bury me. And in the end, there's going to be no one but me, innit? Like, I'm going to take only my actions with me, innit? Like Ustad said, our teacher said that, your actions are your best friend. Why? Because you're meant to nurture them, look after them, and in the grave, they're going to look after you. That's what a friend does, right? A best friend looks after you, and you look after them, scratch your back, scratch my back sort of thing. And that's what your actions are going to do. And, I just looked at his face and I thought, subhanAllah, if that's me, if I go today and I face Allah, well, what am I going to say to him? I can't, I've done nothing with my life. I've done nothing. And that brother was practicing, he was pious for, and subhanAllah, he had his finger on it, he should die with shahada and that. And even he was thinking, have I done enough? And he was thinking that. Even the angels, they will be in prostration. That's how they're made. They will face Allah and go, Wallahi, we never worshipped you the way you should be worshipped. And I look at that and I think, an angel saying that, it can do no wrong. We have free will. We see the message of Allah. We know it's the haqq, but we turn our face away from it. And I thought, if that's me and I face Allah and I can't answer him the way I want to be answered, I don't want to face that torment. And that's one thing that I took, man, that my day could be tomorrow, and that every action needs to be good and ensure that it's my last action. Because the Prophet did say that your best action will be your last action, something like that, right? So that's something that always replays in my head, and I'm always thinking about death. When I wash my face in the morning, I'm scared that I won't lift my face up again. I feel like Allah's going to take my life. And subhanAllah, that's the way it should be. And yeah, and one day I'm going to be buried, and I just hope that Allah loves me the way he loved that brother, man. Like the way I can die on my shahada, that he just grants me Jannah, because then I'll be satisfied. I'll be satisfied as much as I could be. So subhanAllah, that's one thing that I took from the brother's burial.
That was your first janazah ever, innit? Yeah. But full process, like you saw the grave, everything. So really advise brothers and go brothers and sisters generally go to the graveyard. Yeah.
Like we were at the graveyard and we saw a bunch of small graves, and we're looking at babies, like small babies, like 6 months, 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 2 months. Right when they're born, they die. and we're looking at dates of the adults. There's some that were 92, there was some that was 17, there was some that was 19 or 23, and I'm looking at it like, yo, I'm 17 and this brother just died. Like, that brother died. Or next year that's gonna be me. Like, that brother's 18 over there. Like, so no one promised you tomorrow, man. Just go and look at the graves and just look at it. And don't stay there for 5 minutes or 10 minutes. Stay there for a good half an hour and just look at the ages. Just walk around and make dua to Allah that He gives them Jannah and forgives them, man, because it humbles you. It humbles you a lot. It softens your heart so much that these reminders that you give or sheikhs give, they soften your heart for a bit. But when you go to a graveyard, this reality hits you that death is going to come to me. One day my name's going to be written there. And one day I'm going to face Allah. And one thing that I didn't really notice is that the graves are deep. The graves are deep. The brothers had to get a ladder to go into the grave. I was like, I'm going to have to be put on a stretcher to go in that grave. And then the brothers had to be pulled up. And the planks and people throwing me, dirt on me. People are going to have to wash me. It just humbles you way too much. And I just recommend people go to the graveyard. It's just something that no reminder can do for you. Something that's with you, and you're just remembering Allah in that time, and you remember that it's going to be you. So yeah, when you go home and then you start automatically being nice, something that you don't notice, that you go home and you hug your mom and you kiss your mom and like, yo mom, I love you, or your dad, and you're like, I love you, and you're looking at your sister like, I love you. Why? Because you don't know when the last time it's going to be. You don't know when you're going to say you love them next. You don't know. Your death could be like 10 smiles away. You don't know. I could die after this video. We wouldn't know. Allah knows. But the best thing is that you go, you humble yourself, and you remember Allah with everything that you do. If a girl comes up to you, a brother comes up to you, and they're trying to move to you, and that, just remember Allah, and you be like, yo, like, nah, if I die, it's peak, innit? Like if I'm about to eat a Haribo or something little, like if I'm about to eat a Haribo, it's haram. Yo, if I die, my stomach's gonna say, yo, this guy fed me. He force fed me. I had no control. Remember the Quran, that's gonna save you. It's gonna intercede for you. Salah's gonna intercede for you. To be a part of Prophet Sallallahu, you need to pray, right? There's brothers out there fasting. They don't even pray. What did Jibreel say when he came to Prophet Sallallahu? That may Allah's curse be upon those that when Ramadan comes and they don't be forgiven. What does it show? It's so easy to be forgiven. This 1 month. 1 month. SubhanAllah, and people are wasting it. They're wasting like they got tomorrow. I remember speaking to a brother. He goes, yeah, I'm going to get married. I'm going to have kids. Then I'm going to be righteous. I looked at him. I was like, yo, I don't really want to chill with you no more, man. Who promised you tomorrow? I remember I saw a quote. It said, choose your friends wisely. They'll be the first row of your janazah. SubhanAllah, I just want a strong team of people that would be there at my janazah, praying for me every day and remembering me. I remember speaking with Qulat and Abdullah, and we were just speaking about a brother, man. And like, yo, this could be us. So yeah, I'd advise anyone to go to the graveyard. Just, it humbles you way too much. Way too much. And subhanAllah, reality hits you. When it kicks in, you know that Allah's promise is true. You know that Allah's promise is true. SubhanAllah.
Jazakallah khair, man. Inshallah, man. So, we'll leave it there, man. Alhamdulillah, that will happen in 1 week. You know what I'm saying? And inshallah, every week we're going to put up a video like this, myself and Brother Dean, just going through what we go through on a weekly basis, sharing with you behind the scenes and whatnot. And I think Akhi, you just maybe gave us a good idea, man. Maybe we should do our next event in a graveyard, bro. Maybe the next event we should do it in a graveyard, bro. Build some graves, let people sit inside them for a bit. What do you think? We'll keep them posted, inshallah.
Yeah, inshallah. We'll sort something out, inshallah.
In the meantime, brothers and sisters, check out all the links that I gave you in this video. There was a lot that we went through. Click the like button, share the video, make sure you subscribe. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.